Skippyjon Jones in Mummy Trouble by Judy Schachner, Scholastic Books. Copyright 2006. Skippyjon Jones did his very best thinking outside the box. The litter box, that is. And this twisted his mama's whiskers tighter than Texas tornado. "Hey you, Mr. McPoo," said Mama Junebug Jones. "Just what do you think you're doing?" McPoo didn't say boo. He was too busy reading. "Hey, little digger, I'm talking to you," said Mama, scooping up her boy. "A pyramid outside the litter box will never, ever do." Then she saw his magazine. "National Geographic," mused Mama, "and the Curse of the Cat Mummy. Why, this will give you nightmares, boy. With an upset tummy, too, and a puffy tail on the grandest scale. This story is taboo." But Skippyjon Jones was in no mood to listen to his mama, so he skedaddled into his room. For a really good bounce on his big boy bed. He bounced once, he bounced twice, and the third time he bounced, he said, "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I do love my mummy, but if I don't bounce, I'll get nuts in my tummy." Then the little kitty boy flipped over the mirror for a look-see. "Holy smokitos!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. "I know you," he said to the doggy in the mirror. "Your ears are too big for your head is too big for your body, and you are not a Siamese cat." Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he added, "You are the real steel in the big Chihuahua dude, the whole enchilada." And they just might like enchiladas in Egypt, thought Skippy. So the kitty boy donned his mask and cape and began to sing in a mewy, soft voice. "My name is Skippito Frisquito. I'm off to see El Ijibito. The chicos insist. I dare not resist the chance to meet Mamimito." In the meantime, the little sisters Jezebel, Jillyboo, and Jujubee rolled into his room with a plan of their own. Got some toilet paper and some puppets. But the kitty boy was already deep inside his closet on his way to ancient Egypt. And paddling down the river Nile, who should sail right past but a kooky crocodile, hunkered down on his lumpy bumpy back, were all his old amigos, the Chimichangas pack. "Ande va!" called out Skippito. "We are going to the Undermundo," answered the Chihuahuas. "Not the underwear!" exclaimed Skippito. "No, no, no," said the Poquitos. "You silly little beast, to the underworld where momitos rest in peas." "Peas!" exclaimed Skippito. "Who wants to sleep in peas?" "We do," said the doggies. "We hear they are to die for." "You mean they are better than frijoles?" asked Skippito. "Si, mucho mejor, senor," said Poquito Tito. "Vámonos," said Skippito. "What are we waiting for?" But then Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones, spoke up. "Hold your ponies, Pepito. To get to the Undermundo, we first have to answer the riddle of the Sphinx." "But I'm not good at riddles," said Skippito. "No problema," said Poquito Tito. "You have a muy big brain." Then they set forth from the Rio Nile to find the Sphinx. Muchos began to sing, "Skippy, skipoo, Skippito, we only have the chance, Zorito, to pass by the Sphinx. We don't be a jinx to answer the riddle Demido." The muchachos arrived at 4 o'clock sharp, but the Sphinx had been waiting forever. "Don't let the gato get your tongue, dude," said Don Diego. "What cat? Where?" asked Skippito. "That cat there," said the Perritos, pointing to the Sphinx. But before he could say anything, the great Sphinx spoke. "Whose ears are too big for his head, and who loves to go bounce on his bed, who creeps on all fours through his own closet doors, straight to the land of the dead." Skippito knew the answer to this riddle, but he was so nervous he coughed off a little furball. "You call that an answer, dude?" said Don Diego. "The answer," bellowed the Sphinx. So the permission of the Perritos were free to pass to the tomb of the King Rootin' Tootin' Kitten Kabootin'. When they finally reached the pyramid, the doggies burst into song and dance. "Oh, see, all right. Our boy had touched the virus. He coughed up a ball. The Sphinx made a call. Now it's inscribed on the papyrus." But the Skippito saw how the dark looked in the pyramid, and he began to feel queasy. "My tummy hurts," he groaned, "and my tail is getting puffy, too." But his chicos would not comfort him. They just wanted their peas, por favor. "Are you not El Skippito Frisquito, the great sword fighter?" asked Pocotito. "See," declared Skippyjo. "That is me." "Then do your duty, dog," commanded Don Diego. So Skippyjo drew his deep breath and dove into the darkness of the musty old tomb, chanting, "Peace, puff, 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 peace, puff, 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 peace, puff, puff, puff." He rocketed through the vault like a fur-covered comet, until suddenly, smackito, Skippyjo hit a wall and knocked himself out cold. Soon after, 3 goddesses emerged from the shadows to prepare the kitty boy for his journey to the Undermundo. "First we salt and pepper him," said Ba, the first goddess. "Then sprinkle him with lucky charms," said Da, the second one. "Then we wrap him and roll him and bundle him tight," said Bing, the third goddess, "and blow him a kiss and say nighty-night." Then the trio rolled the wrapped cat down the ramp into the king's burial chamber. Across the room stood a 4,000-year-old sarcophagus of King Rootin' Tootin' Kitten Kabootin'. And just as they were about to deliver El Skippyjo Mamito, he rolled right into the feet of the old moldy mummy. "Bada bing," moaned the king as he stretched out his paws. "I need to rest in peace." "Peas!" El Skippyjo Mamito, waking up in a flash. And quicker than you can say mummies, bumps, and measles, he grabbed 2 paws full of peas and hightailed it home. When the Los Chimichangos saw El Skippyjo Mamito rolling out of the pyramid, they went into a real tailspin, and the doggies began to chant, "Green chiquitos hot, green chiquitos cold. The best chiquitos in the world are those that Skippy holds." But El Skippyjo Mamito was too scared to slow down, so he chucked the peas at the chicos, and he kept right on running, straight into the arms of his mummy. "What's the matter, Fuzzy Bug?" asked Mama Junebug Jones. Skippyjon Jones looked back over his shoulder to see if the 3 spirits were still chasing him. "Bada bing," he wailed, dropping the last of his peas. Then 3 giggling goddesses raced into the room after Skippyjo with their puppets and a roll of toilet paper. "We're going to wrap you and roll you and bundle you up tight," they sang, "and check you for cooties and kiss you goodnight." That night, Skippyjon Jones was bouncing on his big boy bed. "No mummies in my closet, no mummies in my bed, no mummies in my bookcase, no mummies in my head." Just before he closed his eyes, the kitty boy checked his room one more time for mummies. The only one he saw was his own. "I love you, Mummy," said Skippyjon Jones. "I love you too, Bunny Boots," said Mama Junebug Jones. "Now go to sleep, Pofawal." Skippyjon Jones in Mummy Trouble by Judy Schachner.